For 10 rice-cooking times, Ibonia and the beast fought. The earth quaked under their struggle, and the sky darkened as if mourning the desolation. At last, when the creature lunged to swallow him whole, Ibonia thrust the glowing iron deep into its throat. The beast let out a terrible roar, thrashing violently before collapsing.
In the land of baobabs and endless skies, there was a child unlike any other. His name was Ibonia. Welcome to Timbuktu, where ancient African stories breathe again.
Ibonia was no ordinary child. From the moment he could walk, his strength and growth astonished the villagers. By the time he was 2 years old, he could play with teenagers as equals. His best friends were twin brothers, inseparable companions in both play and adventure. One day, the 3 boys went to the village field to play tug-of-war. Ibonia, bold and confident, challenged all the other boys in the village to team up against him and the twins. 20 boys formed one side of the rope, while only Ibonia and his 2 companions stood on the other. Against all odds, they won. The other children, humiliated, returned to their parents with shame. Their parents scolded them harshly. How could you lose to just 3 boys? All of you, together, couldn't defeat them. If you are this weak, no one will feed you. The parents' disappointment hung heavily over the village. Unwilling to admit defeat, the children proposed a jumping contest. Each boy tried his hardest. Some managed 2 lengths, others stretched to 2.5 or 3. Then it was Ibonia's turn. With a mighty leap, he soared high into the sky and disappeared over a distant hill. So far away it would take 3 days to reach on foot. The children returned to the village in awe, telling everyone, "Ibonia jumped last, and we don't know where he went. He leapt over a hill and vanished." The villagers feared the worst. "What will become of us if the king's son is lost or dead?" they murmured. But Ibonia's parents remained calm. They trusted their son's strength and resilience. 3 days later, as the sun set over the village, Ibonia returned, walking as if nothing extraordinary had happened. His parents welcomed him with joy and pride, preparing a feast fit for a prince. Ibonia, with his legendary appetite, consumed an entire bull and 3 potfuls of rice, his spirit undaunted and his strength unmatched. As the years passed, Ibonia grew even more powerful. His fame spread beyond the village, but his heart was heavy with longing. By the time he was 5 years old, he was as big as a fully grown man. One spring day, Ibonia sat playing Fanorona, a traditional board game, with his aunt Living Lady. His cousin Laikisi sat nearby observing. Living Lady noticed the distant look in Ibonia's eyes. "What troubles you, child?" she asked. "No misfortune has struck me, dear aunt," he replied, "but my heart aches. My betrothed, joy-giving girl has been stolen by Stone Man. I became betrothed while still in the womb and was married as a baby. If joy-giving girl dies, I will not leave her in the earth. If she lives, I will give her to no man." Living Lady tried to dissuade him. "She is not the only woman in the world. Let me name for you 1,000 others, each as beautiful as she." But Ibonia rejected them all, declaring, "I shall marry none but Malala. I will take her from Stone Man." Living Lady warned him of the peril ahead. "You are young, and your hands are untested in battle. Stone Man is no ordinary man. He is a meteor, a thunderbolt." With unwavering resolve, Ibonia responded, "With you, dear aunt, I am gentle. But with others, I am hard. I am like a great house seen from afar, strong and unyielding." Laikisi encouraged him further, speaking with admiration. "You are a child of the moon, a grandchild of the sun. Let your power shine." As Ibonia spoke of his strength, The ground trembled beneath his feet. The vibrations reached many palms, where Stone Man lived. The charms adorning Stone Man's body shook violently, and utensils fell from their places. Sensing danger, Stone Man confided in his father, "I feel an enemy approaching." His father dismissed his fears, saying, "No one is more powerful than you." But Stone Man was uneasy. He began preparing his weapons and strengthening his charms, vowing, "No one shall take my Malala from me." The next day, standing at the gates of the Valley of the Baobabs, Ibonia declared, "I am a big man. The spear I carry shall be named the spear that conquers all." His mother, Ravona, watched him with concern. "You yearn for war to prove your strength, yet you have not tasted battle," she said. "If you are truly strong, prove yourself. Fight the great beasts of the earth. Otherwise, Stone Man will crush you like iron melted in a forge." Obeying her counsel, Ibonia sought out the diviner in the mountains, accompanied by the twins. The diviner, his voice heavy with prophecy, spoke in riddles. "Take a pure red ox into the eastern forest. At sunset, go to the water's edge and dive in with your talismans. If you remain submerged until sunrise, you will win your bride. Fail, and Stone Man will destroy you." Ibonia followed the diviner's instructions. At the forest's edge, he and the twins rested in a treehouse made from orange leaves. At midnight, the red ox walked into the river and disappeared beneath its waters. The earth trembled once more, its shockwaves reaching many palms. Stone Man, hammering his weapons, declared again, "No one shall take my Malala from me." At dawn, a thunderous voice boomed from the skies. It was the diviner's voice, commanding and sharp, echoing across the valley and into the hearts of Ibonia and his companions. "If you are Ibonia the Strong, isn't there a big crocodile there to the north, killing off cattle and the people passing by? If Ibonia is really a man, go there and fight it." Ibonia stepped forward resolutely, his voice steady. "I am made by power. Yes, I am the claws of the kite, the feet of the eagle." Turning to the twins, he said, "Braid me a rope. I will fight that crocodile to the north." With his rope tied securely under his arms, Ibonia approached the river's edge. The water was dark and foreboding, rippling with unseen danger. He addressed the twins once more. "If you see red waters upstream, pull me out, for I have been destroyed by the crocodile. If you see red waters downstream, then pull, because I have destroyed the crocodile." With those words, Ibonia plunged into the river, and the crocodile, a beast of monstrous size, struck immediately. Its jaws snapped shut, narrowly missing him. For 3 rice-cooking times, the battle raged beneath the water's surface. The river churned violently, frothing as if the elements themselves were engaged in battle. Finally, red waters flowed downstream, a signal of Ibonia's victory. The twins, with all their strength, pulled Ibonia out of the river. He emerged, dragging the lifeless crocodile behind him. Its massive body lay sprawled on the riverbank, its formidable teeth glinting in the sunlight. Ibonia, his face calm but resolute, plucked the sharpest of the crocodile's teeth and added it to his talismanic chain. The sky darkened momentarily, and the earth trembled beneath his feet. The villagers who had gathered to watch fell to their knees in awe, whispering reverently, "Powerful is our great leader. He is not a man, he is a thunderbolt." But the diviner's voice returned, more commanding and taunting than before. "Ibonia, you are wicked, you are cowardly. Ibonia, if you are so strong, go and fight Savage Bull. He's a really strong animal. Go out and fight him if you are so strong." So Ibonia turned north, heading toward the lair of the Savage Bull. The air grew heavy as they approached, and the ground trembled faintly beneath their feet. The Savage Bull stood ahead, a massive beast as red as fire. Its breath raised whirlwinds, and its eyes glinted like embers. The bull pawed the ground, lowering its mighty horns, and let out a roar that shook the forest. "I, savage bull!" Ibonia bellowed. "Get over here! The one to fight you has come!" The bull charged, its powerful hooves tearing through the earth. Ibonia met it head-on, gripping a long knife. For 2 days, they fought relentlessly. The savage bull gored, trampled, and even swallowed Ibonia whole. But Ibonia, undaunted, tore through the beast's innards and emerged from its tail, unharmed. With a swift and deadly strike, he plunged his knife into the bull's chest, tearing out its vital organs. The beast let out one last anguished bellow before collapsing in a thunderous heap. Ibonia approached its lifeless form and snapped off the tips of its massive horns. He added them to his talismanic chain, which glowed faintly as if imbued with the bull's fiery spirit. The heavens rumbled in acknowledgement, and a fierce wind swept through the land. Stoneman, sensing his foe's growing strength, doubled his efforts. He muttered incantations over his charms and sharpened his weapons, vowing, "No one shall take my Malala from me." As Ibonia rested briefly, the diviner's voice came again, colder and more foreboding. "Ibonia, you are wicked, you are cowardly. Ibonia, if you are so strong, go to long-standing village and face that which shall not be said." And so Ibonia continued his journey, the stage set for the greatest battle of his life. The journey to long-standing village was shrouded in an eerie stillness. As Ibonia and his companions approached, they noticed an unsettling desolation. The houses were intact, their doors ajar, but no villagers greeted them. The air smelled faintly of ash and decay. A chilling silence hung over the place, broken only by the rustling of leaves and the faint cries of distant birds. "Where have the people gone?" Ibonia asked, his voice cutting through the quiet. "All the furnishings are still here, but the people aren't." He turned to one of the twins and said, "Stay here, my man, and kill an ox. Roast the meat and have it ready when we come back. We'll go and find out where the villagers have gone." As the twin prepared the ox, the meat gave off an aroma that spread through the village. Suddenly, a massive shadow emerged from the water's edge. The twin froze, his hands trembling. The creature was enormous, as large as a mountain, with eyes that burned like coals. It approached with slow, deliberate steps, its voice booming like thunder. "Bring out the cooked and cook the raw. I am here, the one it was made for." When Ibonia returned, he saw the twin hiding behind bushes, his face pale with fear. "What sort of evil creature is this?" Ibonia asked aloud, his hand tightening around his spear. He turned to his talismans, addressing them directly. "What to do, O resolute one? O enough to fill the earth? O completely raw? If I go forward, I will be conquered by this creature. If I go back, I will be disgraced before my father." The talismans shook violently, glowing faintly. Ibonia steadied himself and heated an iron skewer in the fire. The monstrous creature roared, its voice echoing through the forest. "I have swallowed thousands upon thousands of people and cattle in one gulp, and you, one person alone, are blocking me." For 10 rice-cooking times, Ibonia and the beast fought. The earth quaked under their struggle, and the sky darkened as if mourning the desolation. At last, when the creature lunged to swallow him whole, Ibonia thrust the glowing iron deep into its throat. The beast let out a terrible roar, thrashing violently before collapsing. Ibonia unstitched its massive belly, revealing the villagers and animals it had swallowed. Though thin and weakened, they were alive. As the people emerged, they fell at Ibonia's feet, praising him as their savior. "You are lord and ruler of this land," they proclaimed. But Ibonia shook his head. "Be your own lords and rulers. I must still rescue Joy-Giving Girl. But I tell you this, go to another place. That monster may have friends." As the villagers departed, Ibonia plucked a single hair from the beast's fur and added it to his talismanic chain. The chain shimmered with power, and the earth trembled once more. The tremor reached as far as many palms, where Stone Man's weapons rattled ominously. Stone Man, sensing his foe's growing strength, doubled his efforts. He sharpened his great axe, made of the shiniest greenstone. He bathed in moist mud that added new layers of skin to his tough, stony body. Stone Man prepared more and more for battle. He once again muttered incantations over his charms and sharpened his weapons, vowing, "No one shall take my Malala from me."
Ibonia's journey is one of strength, heart, and an unyielding will. But his story is just one of the countless legends waiting to be told. Here at Timbuktu, we bring the past to life for the present to cherish. Like, subscribe, and join us on this journey through the myths and lore of Africa.